Hello everyone. Today we're going to design the Ubers. As you know what is Uber. So if you don't know, I will let you know what exactly Uber is. Uber is ride sharing platform that connect passenger to the riders. आपको उससे पता चला होगा कि ये कुछ ट्रैवलिंग का ऐप है. सो बेसिकली ये क्या करता है, ये जो भी ट्रैवलर है उसको नियर बाय ड्राइवर्स को कनेक्ट करता है और अपने डेस्टिनेशन तक छोड़ देता है. दैट्स कॉल्ड द उबर. ओके. So this is called the Ubers. This is the basic definition of the Ubers. Next, as you know, as everyone know, if you see my last video, we have some standard pattern to solve any kind of system design, which mostly based on the user base. So we follow that standards. Okay. So you just see that video and we'll let just come uh, to view this video as well. Okay, now we're going to talk the functional requirement. Functional requirement. In main requirement, we have the requirement, then we have the functional requirement. Okay, so you have to write like this for the interviewers. You must have to write. Okay, so we'll talk one by one functional requirement. If it is Uber, so we'll start the uh, let's see let's see what we need in the functional requirement. So before we into the functional requirement, I just wanted to give the some tips like when you are starting your interview by defining the functional and non-functional requirements for user facing application like this one. Functional requirement are the user should be able to statement where as non-functional define the system quality via the system should be like like this statement. And priority the top three functional requirement. Everything is show your product thinking, but clearly note it down in the as I wrote in the any notepad. And so interviewer know you won't be include them in your design. Check in to see if your interviewer want to move anything above in the line, move everything in the downs. Choose just top three is important to ensure to you to focus on that particular three functional requirement. What exactly means? So you must have to cover all the functional requirements which you are thinking, but you don't have to solve or you don't have to consider all of them. Just do two partition. One is just thinking or extra. Okay, so this is the extra functional requirement which you are thinking, but that might not be too much important, but interview may judge you from that also. Okay, okay. So let's start the our functional requirement. What we need in the functional requirement. Okay, so first of all, rider request the estimated fares between, let's see, rider added the location from location to XYZ location. So we want a rider the search location from to, okay, destination. Okay, so destination and get the list of Yeah. Okay. Because in the list there might be a different category of the cars or vehicles. The category of what we can say, uh, cars or vehicles. So there might be the category of the vehicle, just like um, let's see, level 1, level 2, and something I had level 3 in you understand what exactly mean. So if your vehicle is level 1, it means that you will get the little bit lower fire than fare. So like this means cost increase automatically based on the level of that car or that vehicle. Okay. So if the car is branded, so it will definitely increase your cost of traveling. Okay. So this is the just thinking purpose. We are not going to do anything on that. Just to ask interviewer, I'm thinking, do you think we need to implement this feature as well? Definitely interviewer not tell you to implement that. Okay, so you have to just consider that point as well. It's still interviewer. You are taking all scenarios where the system design needs. Okay, so next thing is the rider expect fear to get match with the driver. Basically, what it mean by, so rider expect fear get matched with a driver. And let's see, if you wanted to be travel somewhere, you must think, you will going to think, I want minimum fare with the as soon as possible acceptance or accept of the what we can say, acceptance can driver can accept and deny the request which is requested by riders, and show the real time node location of destination. Okay. And basically gmap, Google Map, where he have to go, and what will be the route to reach that particular location. Okay, this is the key features we have to do in the Uber design. One more thing we can add in the extra part, like advanced schedulings. Nowadays, you can see lot of people, lot of application given the advanced scheduling. You can schedule your journey advance as well. Okay, so this is the things functional requirement will going to be achieved in our application. We'll talk about the non-functional requirement now. Non-functional requirement. Okay. First of all will be the, let's see, how does it come from the non-functional. Just think the users and how much you will going to be use that, and what user need basically. On these functional requirement, we have to write the non-functional requirement as well. Let's see if you can see here. Driver can accept and deny the request. So we that mean that we need the as soon as possible. So we need the low latency, particularly for the one scenario. Okay, low latency matching the matching the ride. What exactly mean? We will take the it the minimum to minimum of the 2 minute basically. Once the once the user, let's see, you have requested the ride, you that ride particular ride must have to accept or reject within a 2 minute. You mean what do you mean? Are you getting my point? Means you need the minimum latency to matching the drivers. Okay. Next is, let's see. Now let's see. You just requested one ride with the in XYZ rider. So that time you must allocate only one rider. It does not mean ki your ride allocated different rider at a time. So what does it means? You need the consistency over there. So we can say strong strongly consistency see for the matching, because each module have require different things. So we are using the microservices. That's why we can create the different thing. If you don't know about this, how to think low latency and strong consistency, so we have the cap theorem. You must see that, and then you will get to know what exactly cap theorem means and how you have to think. It's mean that you can only select two of three. Let's see, you can select the consistency and availability, and like this. So anyone of two you can select in any of the systems. So that's called the cap theorem. Basically, you just explore the cap theorem so you can understand what exactly mean and what exactly mean by latency, consistency, and how to write the non-functional requirement. Okay. Next thing, you also can think what we need in non-functional requirement and just comment it down, so that I will take at is at a feedback, and I will improve in next time as well. Um let's see, now sometime in some festival time or on some different time, it get hike of the riders and rides basically. Means you will get it will get more booked ride, so we have to take care of that as well. So just I'm writing high user base, active user base basically, like 100K at a time. Means at a time 100K people are booking is right at what we can say at trafficable times. And we'll talk the out of the scope which we'll not going to cover out of but we have to consider that as well and write that as well, because interview going to be uh, interview going to be like happy with that you are considering that as well. Okay, so first of all we'll talk the system should ensure the security and privacy users and drivers data complaining with the regular like GDPR. So we can have the GDPR in our system. Then we can talk. The system should be resilient to feature with the redundancy and failover mechanism in the place. So we also the backup. Let's see anything happen in the system. We should have the backup. Then we can say the CI/CD pipeline. Let's see, system should facilitate the easy to update maintenance without significant downtime. So we'll call that CI/CD. As if you are from the tech person, you will get to know what exactly CI/CD means. Then fault tolerance means it should not be the fail in the live basically. uh, Fault tolerance. Then we can say the monitor log. We also have the different extension for that actually. Nowadays we have the data log, some other logger logging, and we also some mechanism to store the log. So these are the non-functional and functional requirement we have to take care. Okay, and so I will advise the some additional feature. So that are the out of the scope, like nice to have, but it show the product thinking and give your interviewers a chance to help you reprioritize based on what they wanted to see in the your interviews basically. That said, it's very much nice to have. If your additional feature are not coming to you quickly, don't waste your time and move it on. Like, don't waste the time thinking on the additional features. Additional features mean out of the box feature. Okay, so that's I think this is pretty much functional and non-functional requirements. But in your interview, don't talk like this. This is pretty much. I think this is done. No, ask interviewers what do you think you wanted to be add more extra features as well, so that interviewer will going to be tell you I'm okay on something like that, because you don't know what interviewer expecting from you. So that if you are communicating with the interviewer, so interviewer will definitely tell you, so that you can go proper direction to the interviewers what exactly interviewer want. So let's jump into the next thing. So our next thing will be the core entity. Okay. Let's see. We will going to be define the entity. I like to begin with the board overview of the primary entity. At the stage, it's not necessary to know every specific column or details. We will going to be focused on the entrances such as a column and fields. Later, when we have the clear graphs initially establishing this key entity will guide your thoughts, process, and lay solid foundation. We progress toward define API to satisfy our key functional requirements. We will need to following entity. First of all, let's talk about the rider. So we must need the rider entity. This is any user who use the platform to request the ride. It include the personal information such as name, contact details, preferred payment methods, and some transaction type as well. So this have the ID. Then we can also have the name, contact number, contact, transaction ID, TXN ID, and like this. So this is the one entity where we have the this data. I'm just writing it down in proper what we can say in normal way. You can write it proper way, like let's see, proper in the sense, um, in any other format, so that you can have the different entity, because but at this moment I don't think you need to write properly. If you write this, this will work. Next thing will be the driver, which will going to be store the all information. This is any users who register driver platform providing the transportation service. It has their personal list details like vehicle model, and as we discussed the label, level 1, level 2, level 3, it will allocate the information. So I will write it down: ID, then name, details basically. Okay, and we'll have the label. Just to curiosity, just I have added, because we are not going to be discuss on the labels, and we are not going to design any feature on the label right now. We're just writing here. Okay, next part will be the I will write here. Okay. Next thing will be the fares. It will automatically include the fares. So we have the fares tab entity, where this entity represent the estimate fare of for the rides. It's include the fact of and the destination location, basically pick up and destination location, the estimate fares and estimated time of arrival. This could also just be put on the right object, and but we will keep separate for now. But now there is no right or wrong answer yet, so we'll have to id, pick up, location. So it basically nowadays we have some algorithm in our system, which automatically predict the cost of the distance. So we have to include the traffic, cities. Based on that, it's fair the automatically. So we are keeping just the amount. Okay, time, etc. Means others. So nowadays, fears and all of these things and are calculating using the machine learning. They have the machine learning models for the calculating this, but it's okay right now. Then we have the locations tables, locations entity, where we store the real location of the drivers. It's include the latitude, longitude, coordinate, as well as timestamp of the latest last update. This entity is crucial for the matching rider with the nearby drivers, and for the tracking the progress of the ride. Okay, so it's contain the ID, then location, ID, locations, coordinates. Okay, latitude, longitude, and timestamp basically. Okay, so this is the some. This is the one more. Sorry, location. Okay, so these are the entity which will going to be required for this designing. Now let's proceed with the design our system, tracking each functional requirement in sequence. This step-by-step approach will us maintain the focus and main scope effectively, ensuring the cohesive build up of the system architecture. As you move the design, your objective is simple: create the system. It's mean all functional and non-functional requirement to be to do this. I recommend you start by the satisfying the functional requirement, and then layer on the non-functional requirements afterwards. This help you to stay focused and ensure that you don't lost in weed as you go. So let's write our next part is API, or in other words, it should be the system interface basically. So you must have to write like this in when you are explaining. So we will think the API for the retrieve for a fair estimate to straightforward. We define simple post API to takes the user current location and desired destination and return the fare object with the estimated fares, it etc. We use the post because we'll have to create the new fare entity in the database. So that's why, because we have the fare entity over here. So let's API and which contain the fares and okay. So this will be the post request. You have to mention the request type as well, so that interviewer will going to have because he will ask you some questions on post, maybe why post and internal working of the post and how the network works internally. Okay, so then we have the request body where we have the id. We don't need the id location, from location to location to location. And then we have the headers, we have some JWT which contain the user data like ID, some others. Okay, once we have this, we also need one more API for the uh, nearby 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 rider, nearby driver, which will going to be accept or reject the request. So he will get the alert and he will going to be up accept or reject the event. So event id and will going to be pass the status, so accepted or rejected. Okay, so this is how we can build the some APIs like this. um Other API will going to be covered in next video because it's too long. It's around 28 minutes. So yeah, that's it for the day. Thank you for watching my video. If you have any type of question or any suggestion, any feedback, just comment it down. Thank you.